My name is Paul Jacob. I'm a music director and a music producer working with folk music over the last 25 years, looking at mainly enhancing the performance quality of the folk artist through exposure in the international market. See, the thing is, for me, this is a very exciting way to get an exposure of the sound, the folk sound itself. I think it's not had enough exposure especially with the international market. I think these are ways and means by which people get heard. Not just the sound, it's also the culture gets exposed through activities like this. The track starts off with a couple of blowing instruments called the kombu and the thare. Now, these are mainly temple instruments. They are mostly used at the point where the gods are being taken out of the temple. So it starts off with the kombu and the thare, and then we brought in an instrument called the turumbu, which comes from the hilly region of the Nilgiris. And these are big, large drums which are mainly used to scare away wild animals. Farmers use them. In fact, the original drum itself are grain measures, which have just been covered with skin. So groups of villagers would get together and play this drum so that animals don't come close to their fields. So that's the next instrument that is introduced. And to give a relevance to the weaving sound, I've introduced an instrument called the urumi, which is very much like the African talking drum, except that this instrument is played with a kind of a rub against the drum rather than a knock. And they use a kind of wax that enhances the sound while they have a kind of curved, look like a hockey stick kind of stick, which enhances the sound of the drum while it is being rubbed. Then I've introduced another rare set of instruments called the Jimla Melam. And this is a kind of dying art because it's an instrument which is restricted to a very small community of people who have not really traveled. And we are looking to see how we could, expose this instrument and get more traction to keep this sound and the instrument alive. So I think this is great that this instrument will get exposure here in a space like this. The other instruments used are the pare, which is actually the oldest Tamil instrument. Pare has references from like 5th century BC literature and things like that. So it was originally an instrument which was used to pass messages. Then went on to become something that was more popular just with funerals and temple processions and things like that. But today, Parai has taken on a much more important role of being a kind of symbol of Tamil heritage itself. I have also used another temple instrument called the Pambai, which is normally an accompanying instrument to the urumi. Urumi and the Pambai are normally played together. After this, I've introduced a couple of other folk drums, which are a combination of all of these ideas actually. And this is an idea called the Periya Melam. You have large drums which keep the lower frequency, and you have smaller, very high-pitched, sharp drums which have a very high frequency. This combination of drums have been used mainly at funeral processions, but now, since the last few years, we have started introducing them into collaborative efforts. They've even, been featured on a big English track a few years ago. These are the main core of the instruments. Besides this, I've used the very native sound of the Tamil culture, which is the Tawal and the Nadaswaram. You can't imagine a Tamil sound without Tawal and Nadaswaram. I'm sitting here looking at you, looking at me, and it is just plain to see. The rap portion is done by a good friend of mine called Blazee. So we started working together, trying to incorporate folk sound into his kind of rap ideas. And this, what you hear, is a result of some of our experiments. So the song is basically inspired by a Tamil poet called Bharadiyar. He has written a very intense poem about the role of the human being in terms of the human being's connection to nature. He stresses on the importance of the seed, and he says that all you need to do is actually just plant the right seed, and nature takes care of the rest. So this rap was inspired by this Tamil poem, and it talks about how the folk artists as well have been one in their relationship with nature. So because they have like found ways and means of adapting their art to enhance their local surroundings, and keep local ecosystems alive. That's what the rap is all about. It's all about how if you plant the right seed, you will get the right result. Not just the instruments, there's also a kind of vocal portion which is actually sung by two folk superstars of today. There's Chinna Ponnu, and there's a male singer called Antony Dasan. So the two of them are the ones who are doing the chorus part. Besides this, I would say the very important instrument players on this track, some of them are no more, unfortunately. There's a Taval and a Parai player called Rangarajan. And he was a very important person for me personally, because he was the first guy the first time I saw him play, I realized that we were really missing a big deal by not having these people on a main stage. So I saw him playing in Tanjavur, and he was just phenomenal, drumming and dancing at the same time, which was just outrageously good. So Rangarajan is one of the people I would like to mention. Besides that, I mentioned the Turumbu. There is a very special person from the Turumbu group called Swaminathan, and he and his father are actually responsible for protecting about 35 villages using this instrument. So they have actually brought these 35 villages together to protect them from attacks from wild animals.
One seed, make the flowers grow. One tree can save your soul. One thought can spark a change. One seed is all it takes.